If you can't hear me, wave your hand, okay? So then I'll know and I'll speak louder. Oh, there's one already. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. I am Judi Won Pat, and the daughter of the former Congressman Judi Won Pat and Ana Solis Perez. There are 8 of us in our family, 6 sisters and 2 brothers. I am a single mom with 3 children, and I'm proud of my children. I've always said that they are my greatest pride and joy. Now, I'm also an educator. I was a teacher, a guidance counselor, and a school principal, and I've retired as a school principal. I am a product of our public school system, and my 3 children also were products of our public school system. So my children graduated from JFK High School and Southern High School. So because I'm an educator, one of my biggest concerns was our school facilities. And it's not easy to find monies to be able to build schools when you're talking in the millions. And when we don't have either 6 to 10 million readily available, then what we need to do would be to go out, of course, into the bond market. So in the years that I've served the legislature, I like to share with you some of my accomplishments. And for those of you who have not seen it, I have this brochure that will show that there are over $200 million worth of infrastructure or construction for our schools. And on the inside, then it would actually highlight the schools that have introduced legislation, and they are law, million went in to be able to help first-time homeowners, and you would be given a $10,000 amount to be able to assist you for either interest or other infrastructure or furniture that you're going to need for your home. We were having problems bringing in cattle from our neighbors. For about 20 years we've been trying to do this, and I introduced legislation then to deregulate the importation then of cattle from our own neighbors to come into Guam and help build that industry so we can then buy local meat. And these are quality beef that has been bred even with brand names such as Black Angus. So when you start to buy local meats, know that those are the ones that are coming from CNMI to Guam. They're going to breed them with the cattle that we have here so we can provide and help sustain our economy. The one thing that I'm working on, and I continue to work on, is now a concern that a lot of people have about some of the migrants who come to Guam, our neighbors, our own brothers and sisters throughout Micronesia. And although there's a burden to our hospital, one of the things that I'm working on right now, through, of course, the Office of Insular Affairs, is a grant of $400,000 to do an actuarial study so that we can have our brothers and sisters in Micronesia receive medical insurance that will be paid by compact impact monies and also by their governments. So when they travel to Guam and they go to use the services of our hospital, then the insurance companies will pay for that, therefore lessening the burden to our hospital. And that's ongoing, and I've been in discussion with even President Mori and all of the governors throughout Micronesia, and the president of the Marshall Islands, and the president, of course, from Macau. So that's what I'm continuing to work on to be able to assist our hospital. So with that, I know I've seen this young man giving me the nod that I have about a minute left. And I'd just like to ask all of you to seriously look at some of the things that we've done, how we've made the quality of life better for our people, and that you would consider voting for us. Now, I'm a Democrat. I'm number 12 on the Democratic side. I'm not real good at numbers, that number, but I'm number 12. I hope I got it right. Right? Yes. Okay. The last time I said number 10, but I'm 12. So I'd like to close by saying that my father has dedicated over 50 years of his life serving Guam as also a teacher, school principal, a senator, and a congressman. The one thing he said to me is that you must go home and you must give back to the island of Guam in whatever capacity that you're working in, but always giving back and making the lives of future generations better. My children also told me, they said, Mom, I do not want to be embarrassed. I do not want other people to ask me, why didn't your mother do something to make the quality of life of our people better? So that's what I offer you. I've offered you my life and service to the people of Guam. Thank you very much.